Hey coin collectors, Dan the Collecting Man here. I've got a super special for you today. This one's going to be really fun to go through. I went to the Melbourne Money Expo in Malvern Town Hall, the coin show, and I got some beautiful coins, some really cool show specials, and I'm going to go through that with you today. So I'm going to go through first what they came out with the Australia Post, these special PNCs. Then I'm going to go with these really special coins. They came from the Royal Mint that were there with these special privy marks that they were on there, as well as the bags of coins that you could buy from the Australia Mint, and also the Perth Mint's special Lunar series and PNCs as well, the special show editions as well. So I thought I'd go through those all in this video and also show you what it's like to actually experience and go through the show itself. So first I'm going to do is I was able to interview the key guy that actually runs and plans these events. So he's a really down-to-earth, nice guy. Love chatting to Matt, and he can explain the show and all the work that goes in behind the efforts to actually set up the show itself, and he can explain all about the show. So I'll take it over to Matt.
All right, everyone, it's Dan the Collecting Man here. So today we're at the Melbourne show, and I got Matt, the man that puts this whole show on. Also a fantastic YouTuber with Thompson Coins and Bullion now. So Matt, can you go through some of the cool things you do to set this show up and what you do to get it going?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me on, Dan. It's a pleasure to be here. The event, sometimes you look at it and doesn't look like much. It's just a bunch of tables in a hall, but there are so many more moving parts to these events than you might originally think. So I spent the entire day here on Friday from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. getting all the electrical set up so all the dealers have their lights, they can plug in their FPOS machines. I get all these pallets delivered on a truck, and there's far more manual labor than I probably would like, being a bit of an office worker, generally speaking. But it's a lot of fun, and this year we've been very fortunate in that we've got Australia Post here again, which is lovely to see. I actually used to work in the Philatelic Bureau, so it's my old colleagues here, which is always nice to see. And we've been very fortunate with the Royal Australian Mint getting on board. So the coin swap's happening in the banquet hall just next door. There's a big queue for both. It's been a hoot. It's been a very big, very well attended large event. This is probably the biggest ANDA show I've ever done. So I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now, and it's very rewarding. And we've also had a number of people queuing up for their ANDA products. So ANDA at each of these events produces our own products. So there are limited edition PNCs from the Royal Australian Mint and the Perth Mint. And Perth have also kindly produced some 1/4 ounce silver dragons and some 1 ounce silver dragons for the event. So yeah, if there's anything you're interested in, there's dealers from all over the country. You name it, you can probably see it here.
And what's some of the cool shows that are coming up, the other ANDA shows? So you got Brisbane's
next
Sydney.
cab off the rank, and then we've got Perth following on from that, and then to round it out we've got Sydney, which will be at a new venue this year. So hopefully we can get the Royal Australian Mint on board, and even Australia Post if we're lucky. But at any rate, there's going to be plenty of exciting things going on at all of those events. I can't remember the dates off the top of my head. You might need to do a little information in the description of the video.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks so much. Thanks for your time again, Matt, and thanks for putting on a great show.
No worries at all. Thanks for having me, and you do great work on YouTube as well. Check out your videos as well, and you're doing a great job. I think the community benefits from these types of videos, so thank you very much for your coverage as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt.
No worries. See you, mate.
All right, so let's go through the Australia Post special release. So there's 2 different releases that they're released on 2 separate days. So I'll go through what I think is really unique about these. So this is the one that's probably the most collectible one. This is the Crux, the Southern Cross coloured $2 coin. So this coloured $2 coin is from 2022. And it's, as you can see, it's a show edition with a Melbourne stamp. This one's dated for the 10th of February. And it's limited on day 1 from number 1 to 200. So they release 200 of these per day, which makes it really collectible to have these. This, before it was even released from the show, is already very valuable. They're selling for anywhere up to $200 plus per PNC. And this cost me $45 at the show to buy. So definitely something that's going to add a lot of value. And given it's so limited, special show stamp, I think it's going to be something that's really going to be collectible that people are going to look to obtain. So this is day 1 of the show, the Saturday, and then day 2, as you can see, it's a red marking with a red stamp and this one is number 382 out of 400. So it was 200 to 400 on day 2. So you have to line up very early to get these. So I was there around 7 a.m. Most mornings, both of the mornings, and the show didn't open till 10 a.m. So it's 3 hours before the show just to get these 200 releases, and it's definitely something that's really, really cool to have. But they also had these Murray cods, which personally I wasn't into as much, but I still got them because they're quite collectible. So this is day 1 up to 120 on day 1 and 240. So from 121 to 240 on day 2. So this is the giant Murray cod from 2023, All Things Big coin. So I really like the actual cover and the way they've done this PNC. It looks a lot better than the original one from my perspective. But I think this is something that I'll definitely be looking to pass on to eBay at some point, because it's not something I'm really overall collecting. But definitely this one here, these coloured $1 coins, is something that's going to be really, really collectible. So that was the key thing that came out of the Australia Post. They also did hundreds of different types of PNCs, which I'll show you on the screen now, and their setup as well. So it was very, very well run and set up from Australia Post. They were able to show off a lot of really good PNCs, really some at $10, $5, so really, really good value for the actual coin. So really, really reduced from a collecting point of view. So, but you couldn't get those until the other coins were sold out. Next, we'll go into the really, really special things that came out of the show. That's something that even I was surprised of and wasn't even aware of it happening until I got to the show. So we'll start with these. These are out of the world coins that have been released. So a lot of you may be already aware of this special one that came out of the Canberra Mint with the C Mint mark on it. You can make your own, and it's got like the little C there, and that's really collectible, with 2024 King Effigy. So it's the first $1 coin. But what this one is, this is the same coin, but hopefully I can get a good camera shot on it. It has an M there, so you can see the tiny little M, and they actually made it at the show. So obviously the coin imprint was there, but they put the M stamp in front of you, so you actually got to see them make the actual M stamp. And as you can see, there's 6 different cards also to get. So you're able to get the bundles. They were $5 each, so it was $30 all up, with the King Effigy on there, 2024 King Effigy, and I think that's going to be really limited because there's only a certain amount of people that were at the show itself. So to be able to get these special King Effigies with the M Mint mark on it, I think is going to be really cool. So let's see if I can try and get one really nice and close to that camera. Yeah, you can see just in there, just the little M there as well. So I'll show you on the screen now of the machine running and how they set it up, and it was really cool, really unique to see how they were running the machines, putting each coin individually, already minted, and having to line it up correctly, so the M always went into the correct spot. So there was only one person there specifically that was running that machine, just to make sure that he was obviously the one that was qualified to make sure it was all legit and done correctly. So that was really cool. You got them in these little bags as well. So really good branding from the Royal Australian Mint. And I think it's the first time personally I've ever seen them at a show and to release something as cool. But the next big thing, the thing that I think is definitely the showstopper, was these bags. So I got 3 of these different types of bags. So these massive bags full of coins. And I'll go through each individual bag and what I think is so outstanding about these. So this was called Coin Swap, and I've never done this before with the Royal Australian Mint. I've seen them online, but didn't really realise it was what it was until I actually saw it myself at the show. So you'd have to pay for this bag here, and as you can see, it's a massive bag. I've already cut it open so I can have a look at it, but it's a big, big bag full of coins. So this bag itself cost me $100, and you had to pay in cash only, so they wouldn't accept FPOS, and the reason for that is so there's no tax. So there's $100 worth of coins in here, so $100 face value of coins, and as you can see, each bag has the Royal Australian Mint, and this one is you can get all the different $2 coloured coins. So each one of those bags, personally, I think is around $30 to $35 of all these different coloured coins. So really, really good to have these coins. And if you think about it, I only paid face value from it from the Australian Mint very limited to get them in these small, like little Royal Australian Mint bags, and I think it's absolutely cool to have these. So definitely some of these, they're all roughly around 2 million minted, these $2 coins, so very low mintage on these, and it's definitely good to get them in this one. This one looks like it's already started to tear, and that's the Australian Police one, so it's a pretty good one. The next good one out of this bag was the Qantas one. So this is the Qantas bag. You can see that's looks like it's got a little tear already. So this is the Qantas one. This is around 2 million, but going for about $40 per bag. So that's pretty good. And you got 10 coins in this one. So you're definitely getting your value out of this. But the one I think is probably out of this set, this is bundle one, that I think is going to be extremely collectible, is this is the 2023 King's first coin release. Now, I know they made about $10 million of these coins, so they're not rare, but nothing has come out with the Royal Australian Mint on the actual packaging. So if we look at the actual packaging that came out of the Royal Australian Mint, this one doesn't have anything written on it that's from the Royal Australian Mint. So we know this is the King effigy, but there's no official Royal Australian Mint branding on this one. Where this bag, as you can see, it's well labelled with Royal Australian Mint, which I think just gives it that little bit more credibility and collectability from that point of view, because it's so limited. There was only a certain amount of these bags sold at the show. So I think this one, for me, is a real collector. I've seen them going for already around $65 per bag, when I only spent $20 in face value to buy this bag. So I think that's really, really cool, and definitely something unique to have, and I'm really, really excited to have got that set. So I'll go through, the second bundle was pretty much the same, so I won't go through this but the only key difference is it didn't have the police coins and didn't have the Qantas coins in this set. So this one was around $80 for around $350 value. But the next one, this one is an absolute hefty bag. You can feel that it's absolutely so heavy. So this one cost me around 110. And what this one is, this is the Jody Clark effigy versions of 2021. So, and it's also got one 2022. So let's go through these. So I think there's a couple of good ones in here that you really want to get. So this is the $1 2020. I think this one, the $1 one, is definitely very collectible. Here we've got the 10 cents Jody Clark, so that's not too special because it's a pretty high mintage. You got the 50 cents one here. This one is your $2. And then you got your 20 cents. Let's go to 5 cents next. So this is the bag of 5 cent coins. So all uncirculated, but this is the one that I think is the showstopper, and this is the one why you really want to get this bag. As you can see, this is a 2021 $1 coin with a total mintage of only 160,000. So extremely sparse coin to collect. So, and if people are looking to get their $1 coins, this is the one that's the hardest to get. And the fact that you have 20 of these in this condition is going to be a lot of value. I even looked online to try and find how much they're worth, and I couldn't find any for sale at all, not even an individual one. That just shows how sparse and how rare these are. So I'll be really interested to know what the overall value of these is going to be, and also with these two, the other $1 set from 2020 as well, just to see what the overall collection. But as you can see, these are a great set. You're buying it for face value, so there's $110 worth of coins, but you know in these conditions you're definitely going to get a lot more than the actual face value. So for me, it could be who knows how much it's going to go for in the long term, but it's definitely going to be a real good keeper. So I'll be looking to probably sell some of the smaller bags, because I'm personally not interested in the ones that aren't super rare, but definitely the ones that are really super rare, it's going to be something I'm going to look to add to my collection. And next we'll go into the Ander ones. So these are from the Perth Mint. These are the special coins. So they had this is the brochure for the show, and these are the different sets that they came out with for the show itself. So I think for me, this PNC was definitely a really good one to collect. As you can see, it's quite similar to the one that was released out of the Australia Post. So it's all but the same design. The key difference is obviously you've got the red background. You've got the and stamp down here with the max mintage of 750. And you've got the gold stamp on here as well with the date. So this is what I think is so collectible on this specific one, is it has the 10th of February 2024. So the 10th of February is the first day of the Lunar New Year. So that's the date that you want. So I think that's really cool with the Melbourne stamp on there. And also able to get number 288. So having 88 in there definitely is a really good set as well. So for me, this one I think is going to be something that's really going to be good to have. It's another one to add to my Lunar series, which I've definitely got a lot of Lunar coins. So I'm definitely happy to have that with number 88 there. The next one that I had in the set was this dinosaur one. So it's another cool coin. Personally, I'm not going to be looking to collect this one, but you had to buy the two at the same time. So this was $80 for the set of these two. So it's a pretty decent price, to be honest. That's a bit of value, a bit of cost in there, but I think definitely for this one I'll be looking to move that one on. It's not really something I'm looking to collect, but definitely that Lunar one's really cool. Then they had some special Perth Mint Lunar coins. So I'll go through these and what I think about them. So this one's the quarter ounce special coloured printed one at a really good price at $35. So not bad for a coloured bit of silver coin at a quarter ounce. Haven't seen many of these floating around yet. And it also has the Melbourne Money Show on there with the dates, and I think that just adds a little bit more collectability with these, and only minted to 2023 in this format. So I think that's definitely something to have and collect, especially with all the Lunar coins going around. I think that's a really cool one. And then this one as well is the Yellow Dragon. So I haven't seen any Yellow Dragons yet. I've seen lots of really cool cards being released everywhere, but this one again specifically for the Melbourne Money Expo. They've made the Yellow Dragon and it looks really good, and a really good price of $95. So another one that's really reasonable. Max mintage of 5,000, so pretty good number for that. And I think this is definitely a really cool set to have on top of that as well. So definitely happy with that. I've got to say, for my show favourites, I think definitely having that Lunar Dragon, having these special coins out of the Australia Mint is really cool, and this Crux one is definitely something that I'm really happy to have these as part of my set. And I think also this Lunar one, that's definitely a really cool one to add. They're probably my show favourites from a collecting point of view. I was also able to get these folders from the Royal Australian Mint. So part of their sales, they're selling off these empty folders as well, which is really cool to add to that kind of collection point of view. So also with the show, you had Imperial coins there, you had coin auctions, you had a lot of other good retailers as part of the actual show, and that's what I loved about it. You're able to go and speak to all the coin dealers. I was able to catch up with a lot of friends and a lot of people that have seen my YouTube videos and were really keen to have a good chat to me, and I really enjoyed that part of it, and I learned so much. That's the thing I love about these kind of shows, is you learn so much more than just Facebook and other places. You get to talk to so many different collectors with different opinions and experience, and they're able to share that value across with you. And that's what I love about the community within coin collecting. I think it's something that's really strong, and it's really good to see so many people there. So I'll show you the queues on footage right now of how many people were there at the show, and some of the footage of the show and all the stalls and how it was set up. It was so well run, so Matt's definitely done a really good job running and setting up that show. So really impressed, and like you said, it's one of the biggest coin shows we've had in Australia. Definitely from a Melbourne point of view, it's one of the best shows I've been to, and with all these special releases for the coin shows, with having the Royal Australian Mint, Australia Post, the Perth Mint, all releasing special releases for this show, just shows how strong this show was. Also shout out, I was just on Backyard Bullion, so any of those bullion collectors out there, on Sunday night and Monday morning here in Australia. I was on Backyard Bullion with a special release video as well. So anyone that's jumped across and watching this video for the first time, welcome to my channel. Thanks so much for watching and so much for the support that you've given me and Backyard Bullion as well. I'm definitely pretty stoked and happy to be on Backyard Bullion's channel, and I thank him so much for giving me that support and opportunity to be on his channel, which I think is really, really fantastic. So if you really enjoy this video and you love the coin shows and really want to learn more around coin collecting, please click that subscribe button, and I'll be creating a lot of videos over the coming months and years. I've got so much content and so many different ideas that I'm really excited about the future of this channel and the things that I'm going to be able to do. Thanks so much for watching and joining the coin collecting community. I'll see you in my next video. Dan.